Yes, people, welcome back to Mission Podcast, and we've got a very special episode today. So recently, James Gunn's 2025 Superman film has come out, and everyone here has watched the film. It's been has it been a week or over a week now?
It's been nearly 2 weeks, a week and a
Yeah,
half.
it's been
2
nearly
weeks.
2 weeks.
We thought let's wait a bit to drop. It's kind of like a review, but it's also going to be like a spoiler discussion. So if you ain't seen the film, click off the video. But yeah, it'll be in the title anyway. But some idiots will still click on the video though. Like, oh,
Yeah, and be like, why have you spoiled it?
yeah. But yeah, I'm joined by Danny, DK, and Ume. Ume said he's looking a bit rough today, so he doesn't want to come show his face. But
Sorry guys, I need to trim really badly.
but yeah. So this film, yeah, had a lot of hype, a lot of expectation going into it. I think I'm gonna start. I'm gonna let one of you two start now. My first question is, what are your overall thoughts on the film? Did you like? Yeah, go for it.
I love this film. I loved it so much I went to watch it again a few days after I watched it the first time. The last time I did that from a movie was a long time ago. I think it was The Batman. It was the last time I watched the cinema. I went to the cinema twice to watch the same movie. Within a week as well. I didn't even give it a week. I think I gave it four or 5 days, and I went again. I love this movie, to be honest. From the opening scene, I knew I'd love it. I got goosebumps like right at the start when that score hit and the scene in the North Pole, and it just felt perfect. It felt like finally Superman fans are getting something for Superman, right? Because it's been years and years and years and years and years, and it's been about 15 years probably since we've had a proper representation of Superman in mainstream media, because we've had Man of Steel, which is just a dark story. In like games wise, we've had Injustice, another evil Superman kind of story, and then we've had like Homelander and Omni Man and stuff on Prime, these evil Superman type characters, and everywhere's just been evil, evil, evil. We finally got a symbol of hope and a symbol for good, what Superman should be, and it's finally here. And this movie was amazing. I think. Yeah, do you want to go for it?
I agree with everything Omar said. I feel like this movie is what Superman should be. I feel like people have been brainwashed by Zack Snyder, thinking that Superman's meant to be this dark film. It's not. This is exactly what Superman's meant to be. I feel like the casting was perfect, and they struck the balance between what it exactly had to be. I've seen some complaints about it that some of the scenes were rushed, like they didn't give time in between the scenes. It's basically the first movie of a new universe, and some of the scenes weren't given enough time. I can see that, but I feel like the way the movie was happening, lots of different things, I felt like it was okay. I felt like the biggest strength of this film was the villain. The villain was amazing. Lex Luthor played his role to a bit. Phenomenal by him. The chemistry between Louis Lane and Superman, I thought was amazing too. That's exactly what it had to be. One cameo I really liked was Mr. Terrific. Some of his
Yeah.
scenes I absolutely adored. But yeah, overall, I really like this film. I know Carpe here has, some other thoughts on it, so we'll let Carpe talk about it now.
Before I talk about the film, I just want to show you guys this cool poster that I got early in cinemas. I don't know if I deserve it, but
I don't think you do.
it is. Listen, disclaimer, yeah, I am not a Zack Snyder fan, and I'm not a James Gunn fan. I don't belong to any cults, yeah. I'm just giving you guys my raw, authentic opinion on this film. So, as I said earlier, there was a lot riding on this film, yeah. Huge expectation, huge pressure. There's been so much like negativity surrounding Warner Brothers and DC, obviously with how disastrous the DCEU ended up. And so they bring in James Gunn. Like, he's a successful director for Marvel for the Guardians trilogy, which I loved, I enjoyed. His version of Suicide Squad, I wasn't the biggest fan of personally, but I know I'm in the minority. Majority of people enjoyed that. So they give this guy the reins. They're like, okay, fair enough. He announces his first film of the DCU is going to be Superman. Like, so I genuinely wanted to go into this film, yeah, like feeling good about it. I genuinely had high hopes. I was like, yes, because I prefer DC over Marvel, and I just wanted this to be like a really good film, a really good Superman film, something that would get me excited for the new universe. And my first impressions of the film is just, it's not a bad film, but I don't think it's a good film either. I just think it's really, really mid and just meh. And that's not what I wanted. But I don't know, Superman, right? He might not be your favorite hero. He's not my favorite hero, but he is without a doubt the most famous superhero of all time, right? In
Yeah.
pop culture, everything. To introduce a whole new universe with him as your lead, yeah, Superman, like to me, immediately alarm bells rang when this wasn't an origin story. I know people demonize origin stories, yeah, they're like, oh, we don't need to see it. But origin stories are not the problem, it's bad writing and storytelling that's the problem. If the origin story is written well, people won't care. And the film starts and it just tells you, oh, it's been 3 years since Superman's been alive, 30 years or something since there's been meta-humans, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, and it just throws you into it. And it's like, I don't know, it's the first image of Superman is him getting beat up. I don't know if that's the image I want of my Superman to be the start of this new DCU. My first thoughts, my first impression of Superman is getting fucked up by the hammer of Bravia. And don't get me wrong, I get it. Lex Luthor's been studying him for 3 years, blah, 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 all that, yeah? But to me, I feel like that was a very odd way to start the film. And throughout the whole film, really, Superman's just getting beat up. And I don't like that. I think, yeah, okay, I get it. They're trying to make him relatable. It's like, oh, he goes through defeat and stuff. But to me, it was like the whole film is getting beaten up. And then people say, oh, but Lex Luthor's been studying him for 3 years. So what? Superman is the most powerful meta-human ever, no? 3 years of study should not be equipped. This guy should not, Ultraman, whatever the villain was called, should not be able to beat this guy up so easily. I don't know. It was very weird. But the story, I think for me, the biggest problem with this film is the story. It's so mediocre. It's so rushed. It's just like, it's a lot of.
I don't think it was rushed. It was a basic story. But it's a basic movie. It's supposed to be just like,
substance to it. It's got no substance to it. It's just like jumping from scene to scene. There's no emotional weight about anything. You don't care about these characters. There's no backstory, no nothing. This is why I'll say this needed to be an origin story, 100%. This was it didn't feel like a Superman film. To me, it felt like I was watching Guardians of Metropolis. That's what it felt like to me. Like all these like side characters you're introducing, the Justice Gang and flipping Crypto. I don't care about these characters. Crypto was fucking annoying. I don't care what anyone said. That dog was annoying in this film. And to me, the whole film, I think the biggest problem I have with this whole film, right? Superman's like getting saved by everyone throughout the whole film. If it's not Crypto, it's Mr. Terrific. If it's not them, it's the Justice Gang or Metamorpho. To me, Superman is the most powerful being. He should be the one that should be saving others. Like, it would be way better if you see Superman helping Mr. Terrific, saving him, or saving Metamorpho, saving Crypto. Why is everyone saving him? They made him look so weak, and I don't think that's a good way to set up the titular character of the whole universe. I don't know if I'm being too
Talking
harsh.
about the overall movie, Carpe, do you feel like Gunn was doing too much and just basically throwing everything against the wall?
The pacing was completely off for me. I feel like this film could have done with another 20 minutes at the minimum.
Yeah, I agree with that part. I agree with that. It was rushed, didn't it?
He introduced too many. Is that to me? He was more focused on introducing the DCU rather than making a good Superman film. That's my biggest gripe with the film. It's like we didn't need. Okay, Mr. Terrific. Don't get me wrong, he was a cool character, but was he really necessary to be in this film? But there's also the Justice Gang really needed in this film. No, I wanted a Superman story.
I was gonna say, bar that 12-minute scene with Lois Lane and Superman, the movie didn't really slow down enough to allow the characters to like really mediate and come into their own.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They would have emotional scenes, but then you don't really feel it because they're like throwing a joke and it jumps to the next thing. It's hard for me to care about these characters. Do you know what I mean? They're just throwing you into the wall, which I like. If I take a film like The Batman, for example, that wasn't an origin story, right? But I feel like it's 100 times better job at setting up the universe and making you care for the character than it did with this film. I feel like it relied too much on people having pre-existing knowledge, which I get. Okay, cool, it's Superman. Fans should know whatever, but like, I think for the general audience, they're going to look at this film and be like, "Oh, what's going on? Like, I don't know any of these characters."
Yeah, but who hasn't seen a Superman movie? Like, it's one of them. It's like it's a character everyone knows.
I hated the way that he was like putting it in writing, the backstory. That was terrible.
Yeah,
I
but
think we could
you
have had
don't
a
need another Superman origin story, and you've seen it, or we've
I
seen
need
it twice.
I know. I feel like this film should have been. I don't know if you guys saw there was a novel released before this film, like explaining.
Yeah, they did that for Batman as well.
That should have been this film. That should have been the first film.
Yeah, but they did the same thing for the Batman.
This was
They
just
released the
so.
comic
It was
before
just rushed. This film felt more like it should have been the second or third film in the Superman trilogy.
That's one thing I agree with. Yeah, I don't think it should have been the first movie of the
Like the story,
universe.
don't get me wrong. There's stuff in this film that I like. Let's talk about that. But let's talk about what we actually like from the film. What do you guys like from the film?
That 12-minute scene, I thought, did so much for the film.
Yeah.
Again, we didn't see it enough. That's the only.
I want to give a shout out to Guy Gardner. Unreal character. I love him so much. He was done perfectly as well. Exactly how Guy Gardner is in the comics. I don't know if you guys ever watched the Batman cartoon, Batman Brave and the Bold. Right, Guy Gardner's in that. That's where I first discovered Guy Gardner.
I like the actor Nathan Fillion. He's a very good actor.
He's a good actor, yeah.
Yeah, but what I liked about the film, I think Lex Luthor was hands down the best part of the film.
Yeah.
I really liked his performance. Nicholas Hoult smashed it. His facial expressions, you really felt that hatred, bro. This film was just like #1 hate watch. It was just killing me the way he was like screaming out, shouting out 31D, 31D. This is really good. I think the fact that Nicholas Hoult got rejected for the Batman and this Superman, I feel like it was an amazing decision to cast him as Lex Luthor because it really like added to his portrayal, I think. But I'll get on to Lex Luthor as well in a bit. There's a few nitpicks I have with Lex Luthor in this film as well. But what else did I like about this film? I feel like David Cornsweet done a good job with what he was given. I feel like, yeah, he's a solid Superman. It's Clark Kent we didn't really see enough of, if I'm being completely honest. But yeah, I feel like they've done a decent job. I think Lois Lane was good. The relationship between them was believable. They had good chemistry. And I really like the ending of the film. The ending of this film I thought was fantastic. When obviously with the song The Needle Drop and him seeing his parents and stuff. I thought that was really good. But yeah. Aside from that, I've got a lot of nitpicks with this film. I don't know about you, Dan.
What was your thoughts on the engineer as a character? I didn't like it, you know.
It's just fodder, innit? It's just a character. That's what I'm saying. The villains, aside from Lex Luthor, like Ultraman, I didn't like the Ultraman reveal. Like to me, I think I said it earlier. Like this should have been the third film. It would have made way more sense. Like imagine you done a story where Lex Luthor is a background character in all three films until the third film where he becomes the main villain, and you just see him orchestrating this anti-Superman narrative, doing like working behind the government's back with Bravia. Or you see this throughout a course of 3 movies. You build up to this, and you get a better emotional payoff than you did in this film because all the scenes that they're showing, trying to tell us to feel the emotion of this, but like you don't really care. If that makes sense, you don't really care about the characters. It's like, oh, what? All right then. Yeah, I just
sorry about that, guys. My Wi-Fi decided to just shut down.
Very, very weird. I think this should have Lex Luthor, Bravia, all that stuff. Yeah, could have been the third film. It shouldn't have been the
Sit
first
down again.
to start off the universe.
Carpe, talking about the origin story, do you think James Good will lean into it because he just told most people who are already familiar with the origin story?
I don't know, man. You can say that. I get it. I get it. But to me, if you didn't have to do an origin story, but at least make the film Superman focused. This was not a Superman focused film. Like people are saying their favorite character is Mr. Terrific. To me, that's a failure, then, isn't it? How's Superman not the most liked character in a Superman film? Is it my back?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I don't think Superman's even the most liked character in this film, which is concerning.
No, Superman was very good though. He was Superman. He's exactly how Superman should be.
Yeah, I get that. Listen, I get people will say,
"He's supposed to be."
I don't want dark Superman. I get that Superman's meant to be full of hope and stuff, but at the same time, he can be a bit serious as well. No, he doesn't have to be fucking goofy as he was in this film. Look at Chris Reeve, Superman. He was he looked like Superman. He was not whiny. He wasn't whinging. This Superman was very whingy. That bit when he's like super shit, I hate that one. I didn't like that. That was weird.
Yeah, but it's like when Twitter trolls get to your head in it. It's one of them.
It's
Like, I'm sure
Superman.
Danny experiences this all the time.
This whole thing, they're trying to make him as human as possible, which is, yeah, I agree with that. But at the same time, this guy is a fucking, he's Superman. He shouldn't be whinging and whining like that.
Yeah, I think that they didn't devote enough time to show us what Superman really is. Like, Superman is the paragon that his supporters keep saying he is, and they didn't show that enough. I just felt the movie was going from point A to point C to point E so quickly.
That's what I'm saying. You didn't feel anything from this film. Like, for example, let's say the scene with one of the biggest issues I have with this film is the lack of Kents. Ma and Part, they literally have one scene in the whole film, I think. And it's like, and they're very like cliche Kansas characters, which with the like proper thick southern accents. I didn't like that. I thought it was a bit corny. But that scene with Clark and his dad when they're having that talk, that was a good scene. And then, but we didn't get enough of that. I want to see more of that. His scenes with Lois Lane, that was very good. That was very interesting. The whole dialogue they're having, the argument, that was good. We need more of that. Instead, we got stupid stuff like Jimmy. I don't know about how you guys feel about the Jimmy Olsen stuff. I hated that plot point. That was horrible.
Yes.
So Jimmy Olsen.
The Jimmy Olsen stuff was shit.
I love Jimmy Olsen.
I'm not talking about the guy. I'm talking about in this film.
Yeah, I loved him in this film. I thought he was great.
It was silly. It was silly. Like, why would Lex Luthor date such a dumb bimbo? Like, that doesn't make sense to me.
Because she's trying to get some in it.
But like, surely he's not that. She's always on her phone taking for a genius like Lex. The guy literally recreated He recreated the Big Bang with the Pocket Universe. Like this guy.
Yeah, and you were doubting why he could study
cloning Superman, what he gets done by because he let his girlfriend take pictures and selfies. It's a bit of a lazy plot telling device, in my opinion. I feel like the whole Eve stuff and the Jamie Olsen stuff, that could have been given to Lois Lane. We could have seen Lois Lane investigating that and her like figuring it out.
What were your guys' thoughts on the CGI of the film?
Cheap. It looked like something off the CW. If I'm being honest, the flying scene's horrible.
I like the flying scene a lot as well. Like when
this film has the same director of photography as The Flash, and that was horrible. CGI was horrible.
CGI was a bit shit. I'm not saying the CGI was the best CGI I've ever seen. It wasn't. That's probably its biggest flaw, but it wasn't bad. People are over exaggerating on it. It looks cartoonish because he's trying to make it look like a comic book. And people ain't getting this.
People will say, it's comic book accurate. But I don't think comic book accuracy should be a parameter for a good film. I don't. Some things from the comics
don't. But it was a good film.
Films and comics are two different mediums. There's something I would read in a comic book that would be good in a comic book, but it would look horrible on screen. Same way on screen, something good, it would be horrible in a comic book. I judge these things off films because I'm watching a film at the end of the day, and I don't care about comic book actually. I'll tell you that straight. Yeah, if you change something from the comics, as long as it's compelling and you write it well, who cares? And that's the biggest criticism you saw for Man of Steel. Yeah, people are like, he killed Zod. Superman doesn't kill. Jonathan Kent. But if you apply it to the context of it, if you watch the film, it made sense in the film what happened, the story they were telling. And I think I don't want to compare it to Man of Steel, but Man of Steel is a much more complete film to me with an actual story and actual character development. This film has no character development at all. I don't think that's harsh to say.
One thing I'll say about the film is I'm just glad the movie emphasized the core Superman values, like being kind, responsible, doing the right thing. I'm just glad they didn't take it the dark way they did with Man of Steel. That's one positive I'd say came out from this film.
I mean, people say Man of Steel was too dark here, but to me,
Carpe, the Superman was dark. Let's be honest.
He was Superman. Like you can't take a core aspect of Superman.
I'm only judging of Man of Steel by the. I'm not talking about Batman. I didn't like the direction they went afterwards. But to me, by the end of Man of Steel, it signified hope. To me, I thought that we were going to get a more hopeful Superman. The way it ended was brilliant. And it's hard to compare because it's two very totally different things.
They're completely
I'm a
different.
big Man of Steel fan. I will forever defend that film, innit? I love that film, but I didn't let that cloud my judgment going into this film. I didn't mind seeing a hopeful Superman, but I just feel like the story was very lazy. I feel like James Gunn, in my opinion, he thought all I have to do is make this film look bright and make Superman like more kind and more like hopeful and like saving like stuff like squirrels and stuff, and people won't really care about the story. I'll get away with it. And that's, to me, that's kind of what we got. Like, you just wanted to set up the DCU, other DCU projects. Obviously, Lanterns is getting his own show. Apparently, Jimmy Olsen's getting his own show.
Nah, I think that was just fake.
I hope that doesn't happen. I hope that
I
doesn't
would be big on a Jimmy Olsen show though. I'd watch that. 100%.
like nah. But yeah, I just think the film, it just doesn't have substance. It doesn't have weight. I don't really care about the characters as I should. And
See, I don't get how you can't care about the characters, because I walked out of that movie thinking, yo, all these characters are sick. I really like Jimmy Olsen. I really like Guy Gardner. I really like Mr. Terrific. I really like Superman. I liked Lex a lot. I liked Lois. I liked the Hot Girl. There wasn't a bad character in the story. Even Eve, she was good. Perry was good. I can't think of anyone who's bad. I wasn't watching this and think, oh my god, that character is the character who was doing my head, it was Lex, but for obvious reasons, like he was a villain. He was pissing me off.
Yeah,
And
he's gonna do that, yeah.
I don't know.
What was his name? The Netanyahu clone. You know who I'm on about.
Can I talk about one scene that I really liked?
Yeah.
When Superman defeats Ultraman, right? And he goes to Lex and he's like, and then he says that whole speech about, oh, I'm human, I'm scared as well. I put one foot in front of the other. That's what makes me human. That's my great strength. I thought that was a very good scene.
It was, yeah.
Lex Luthor, like in response, was amazing as well with his facial expressions and crying. But then it gets ruined by fucking Crypto. Like, I don't want to see that. It was a good scene, and then he just ruined it with Crypto.
Crypto didn't ruin it though. Crypto was so good in this movie. I love
Crypto.
Crypto.
He wasn't. Crypto's terrible in this film.
How was Crypto
ruined the whole moment? Like, Lex Luthor's meant to be this formidable villain, yeah, cunning villain, and you just made him look like a complete twat by
a superpowered dog beating the shit out of him after he kidnapped the dog and tortured it.
He didn't torture the dog.
He did.
He was making it run. He was seeing squirrels. That was a torture, right? But I don't know, man. I feel like that Crypto, like, just
Crypto he got his revenge on Lex.
It took me out of the moment. It was a nice, serious scene for once. And there's another thing I want to talk about with me, actually. You know, a lot with the Man of Steel, yeah, that got bashed in it by comic book fans thing. But there's a lot of things that people
I like Man of Steel, by the way,
in this film as well. Like, can I just say, Superman's parents, what's that all about? The whole harem stuff. That's a big change from the comics. Nobody said anything about that.
Yeah, but the suit was very comic accurate.
I'm not talking about the suit. I'm talking about the Superman's parents, Jor-El and
the parents or
harem. What do you think of that?
Yeah, all right. Yeah, that was different. Yeah, but that's not like an essential thing to Superman's character. He doesn't know his parents.
But his story was different. And
your parents, Ma and Clark Kent, like. That's the whole thing with Superman. That's why he is who he is.
Yeah, but we didn't see that with Ma and Pa. They were barely in the film.
Yeah, but you could tell why he was not. He wouldn't change his values because of what Jor-El said.
No, but this is what I'm saying. I don't care about comic book. Actually, it's like, I know comic book fans are mad at that. They're saying Jor-El telling Clark to start harems, like, respectful to the comics or something. But I think that's actually a good way.
I thought it was a good twist.
Good. It's interesting. It creates a conflict for the character, right? But again, it's not made a big deal of. Literally, it's so corny the way they've done it. Yeah.
Because the big deal is with Man of Steel is completely changed the core aspect of a character, right? The no kill rule is like a big core aspect of Superman.
James Gunn himself has said, "Come on," said Superman would kill if it was necessary. So
yeah, if it's absolutely necessary.
And it was though. It was. How was it not? He was going to kill that family. He was not backing down. And you have to bear, context matters. With Man of Steel, in that film, he was literally Superman for a day. This Superman's like 3 years into the job. You have to apply context as well.
And he lost once. This is the first time he ever lost. I don't know how that's making him look weak. The times he lost is when he was poisoned with kryptonite.
We don't see
that. Of himself is a super genius telling him what to do.
I don't know, man. I don't think it was a smart decision to make Superman look like a bitch in this film. I don't know. Like, what's another thing I want to talk about? Okay, cool. With the Superman's parents stuff, the whole they sent you to start a harem. How much better would that have been? Yeah, if you had Clark throughout these films, like getting comfort from watching that message, and by the third film, you find out what the real message was, and then after that, that's when you see, or even in this film, let's forget about third film. If this was the first film, I think it would have been better if you see Superman have a montage of Superman just doing Superman stuff, beating villains like with ease and stuff. And then halfway through the film, you could have had that moment where it's revealed the message was actually quite dark and it's like telling him to take over the world. And then after that, that's when Superman has an identity crisis, and that's when he starts losing fights because he's questioning who he is and why, or his whole purpose. That to me is a better story, better way to tell a story. The way they done it, it was just so weird. He saved the city from the big kaiju thing, and then people just see the news, and then straight away they're like boo, and they're like throwing stuff. It was just so like, oh, it wasn't earned. Like, there's much way better ways of doing that. Like, you could have built that up way better, in my opinion. They kind of wasted it.
Don't you think this was a good foundation to build on, Carpe?
I don't know. Like, I left this film, yeah, and I'm not excited about other projects. I just thought, I think it's a very forgettable film. I can't remember much from it. I don't know about if you guys agree. I don't think it doesn't hit me like, oh yeah, I'm so excited for the DCU. Like, when I watch Man of Steel, I don't want to compare them, yeah. But when I watch Man of Steel, I genuinely, after that film, I was excited for the D. Obviously, what we got was shit afterwards, but I was excited. I was like, wow, this is bold. It went for it. They didn't play it safe. They took every risk. This film, I felt, was very safe, which you could say it's not a bad thing, but it's just very disappointing. It's very safe. It's very formulaic. It's very predictable. I'll tell you what, it felt like a Marvel film. It felt like a run-of-the-mill MCU film, and I didn't want that for DC. I like DC having a more serious tone, you know? If I want to watch the light-heart stuff, I'll go watch Marvel. And I get Superman's a hopeful character, but that doesn't mean you make him completely corny and completely goofy. Like, it had very team-up comedy in this, like comedy in Guardians and Suicide Squad. For me, that doesn't work with Superman. I don't want to see that with Superman.
Yeah, I think James Gunn's comedy doesn't resonate.
It's not. Superman is a serious character, isn't it? Like,
No, but he's not serious.
No.
Serious. Like, he's not Batman.
I'm not saying dark. I'm not saying make him dark. I'm just saying he should have an element of being serious in it.
Yeah, but
Like,
Superman's always made quips and made jokes.
oh, well, that's fine, but I just feel like the way they done it was a bit weird. It felt like a team up movie, and him being saved by everyone. It's just like I don't know, man. It's just,
You do got to remember, you know, he just recovered from kryptonite poisoning. Like, that takes a big hit on him. He's not as strong as he should be. He wasn't fully powerful.
fair enough now. But like, I think it would have been a way better film. Just had Lex Luthor not as the main villain. Lex Luthor could have been plotting against Superman. You could have seen him in the throughout trilogy of films,
Movies as well.
working on a clone, working on this pocket universe, orchestrating the whole Bravia Jahambur conflict, and then it would have been a way better payoff, in my opinion. You would have actually felt the emotion that they were trying to make you feel in this film. I don't think it achieved my goal, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, that scene with the kryptonite and Lex Luthor, Krypto and Lex Luthor near the end. I didn't like that. It was stupid.
What, when he kills the Malik guy?
When he flies on him.
What do you mean flies on him?
Krypto.
When Krypto takes him out at the end.
Takes him on near the end. Yeah, it takes all that.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. I was like, that ruined the moment. It was that was a very good scene, and then it's just corny.
See, I was
They
happy
made it
Krypto
corny.
got his lick back on him.
What do you say?
Nah, Crypto
So
was
I was
very
happy
good.
Krypto got his lick back.
Yeah, but a dog's not meant to take on the biggest villain in the film. It's
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like,
but
you're trying to
Superman
build
did
up
take it down. They didn't
That's
stop
another thing
everything.
as well. That's another problem next as well. 1 minute he's like this like formidable guy, and the next minute he's being a bit cartoonish. Like, he just killed. I remember he just killed that Malik guy, and then the next scene he's going back to be like a bit cartoony. It's like, I don't know, man. But I overall I enjoyed Lex Luthor. He was my favorite part of the film. Mr. Terrific was alright as well, but again, these characters were not needed. Hawk Girl actually was horrendous.
I thought Hot Girl was good.
She is fine, yeah.
But you're saying every character was
I
good.
don't think she did anything wrong. I don't think the acting was bad.
I genuinely think, superhero movies have been that bad recently that people are just like glazing this beyond belief.
I thought all the characters were great. Honestly,
you,
I don't think there was a single bad character in this movie.
Once the dust settles on this film, I wouldn't go back and watch this film and be like, yeah, that's something I want to rewatch.
I watched it twice in a week.
Yeah, you might want to watch it, but I'm telling you, do you think it's the best comic book film this year? I don't think so. I think Thunderbolts.
Yeah, easily.
I think Thunderbolts is better. Thunderbolts had a much
This was better, way better than Thunderbolts. Come on.
No,
Now he's just hating for the sake of hating.
I think I had a better time watching Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts was good. I enjoyed Thunderbolts, but come on, that's like a mid-level movie. This is the best superhero movie I've seen.
Yeah, the story in Thunderbolts was actually very good. I actually felt bad for the characters. This film, I don't feel anything for the characters. They're just showing me stuff, and it's like I'm supposed to care. They just move on to the next scene. There's nothing behind their actions and nothing.
For me, this movie is up there with the Batman and Spider-Verse for like the best of the best superhero movies that have been recently released.
That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Sorry, that is.
That's how good this movie was. It was perfect, honestly.
This is why I say yes.
I was smiling this entire movie. I enjoyed every second of it.
Gun verse, whatever you call it, they're both as bad as each other, man.
And it was even better than this on the second watch than it was on the first watch. And I really loved it on the first watch.
You know what this reminds me of, Danny? You know what this reminds me of? Vince McMahon and Triple H. This is what
Vince McMahon and Triple H.
Vince McMahon, Zack Snyder and Vince. Yeah, people were so unhappy with that, and they were so tired of that. They just latched onto the new flavor of the month, James Gunn, Triple H. But yeah, this guy's the savior.
Maybe it's that. Maybe people are just happy that Superman's actually got his identity back.
Yeah, Superman's actually Superman.
Listen, Man of Steel, gets too. People downplay it so much, saying it's just dark. It's not. It's actually a very hopeful movie.
It's a good movie. It's not
because without
suffering,
there can't be hope without any suffering and any pain. And that's what I appreciate about Man of Steel. I think he's done a better job of making him a relatable character than this film. Because Superman actually went through shit in that film. He didn't go through anything in this film. We're just told.
Carpe, we did the ranking DC movies. Where would this be on your?
I put it in S.
Oh no, that's disgraceful. In the same category as the Dark Knight trilogy and the Batman.
Yeah, well, that's too far.
Better than the Dark Knight Rises.
No, what? Wait, whoa! Did you just say that?
Yeah, it is easily. It's not hard.
This is what I mean, Danny. This is what I mean, bro. James Gunn, this guy. Oh, you're saying
it's easily better than Dark Knight Rises.
Damage. I think James Gunn's done irreparable damage. This was generally a run-of-the-mill Marvel film. Deep it. It was a generic MCU film to kick off a whole new universe. To me, that's a fail. I mean, I don't know how it's doing at the box office. People are gassing it up at the box, saying, "Oh, it's made its budget back. That's meant to be successful."
Yeah, because look at the damage DC's been through in the last few years. They've not made money on however many movies in a row. Like Dwayne's movie didn't exactly do well. I don't think that made a profit.
Man of Steel, say regardless of how you feel about the characters, Man of Steel treated some of the characters, way better than they did in this film. Like the side characters really badly in this movie. Man of Steel, actually have an impact on the story, and you actually feel for them. The Kents, for example, both the mum and the dad in Man of Steel were amazing. They had some beautiful scenes.
They were shit. They were nothing like. He died for no reason. He's like, oh yeah, just let me die for no reason.
They were 100 times better than the.
No, they were. This is how.
They're not even in this film. His parents are not even in this film. They're in it for 2 minutes.
Yeah, they are. Well, the whole scene where he comes on his bed and then he wakes up on the Kent farm.
Nonsense. You're talking nonsense. Go back and watch Man of Steel. His mom has a great scene when Superman's a kid and he's experiencing his powers.
His dad said, "Let him die on the bus." That's nothing like how Park Kent should be. How does that inspire hope?
They take that so out of context. People take.
His dad told him he should let everyone die on the school bus. That's not how Park Kent should be. That's not why he has hope.
People take
That's not why he's got the moral compass he should have.
You're saying there's bigger things at stake than just the bus full of kids, which is right. He was completely right because look at the actions of that film. You have to apply it to that universe. It was a
But
much
it's
more
just his dad
grounded,
that as well,
realistic
for no
thing.
reason.
Bro, you saying this is on up there with saying this is an S tier film is a disgrace. I
Yeah,
can't.
no, man, that's too far. It's not.
I'm putting up
This
there.
is not.
I'm
I put
putting up
Man. I put Man of Steel in A tier. This is not an A tier film. Superman is
It's
not A
better
tier.
than Man of Steel.
It's not better than Man of Steel. What as what? In
As a
what?
movie, as representing
It's not
Superman,
bad. It's not bad as a
doing
movie.
justice to the character.
Okay,
As a DC movie,
I can give you it's more fit, like it's a better representation of Superman as a character. I can give you that, but to say it's a better movie is
better
just
movie.
true. It is not a better film at all. Superman actually has a not Superman. Man of Steel actually has a structure and a payoff and a story and a whole thematic thing. This film is just like
He's got all that as well.
this guy. Look, the Justice Gang's here. There, look, I'm gonna set up my DCU with this. There,
Yeah,
we're
you
good.
see that? Oh, look, Zod's here. World's
The
gonna end.
score. Can we talk about the score for this film? Do you guys remember a single track from this film? I'm not
Yeah,
talking about the
the
song.
main theme is great.
Compared to the old school John Williams one and the Hans Zimmer one, Man of Steel. Come
You're
on.
not gonna beat the old school John Williams one. That's
But it
decent.
okay, cool, but it doesn't even beat the Hans Zimmer one. Hans Zimmer one's 10 times better than this one.
They're both very good. They're both very good themes.
No. You can't remember a single thing. You can't remember a single theme from this. The best.
I just told you one.
This film was the ending, the punk rocker one. That one I liked. I liked
That
the
was
ending.
good, yeah.
But
I did that to the
again,
stuff.
they could have. See, this is what I mean. They could have used Ma and Pa Kent. You know how, obviously, in the film, I think Superman's like ignoring their calls and stuff. You could have had that. Like Superman has this glorified image of his actual parents, like Jor-El and stuff, but like he kind of like takes his human parents for granted a bit. They could have played into that storyline a bit more, and that would have given that ending scene a minute way better. If you know what I'm trying to say.
Kind of.
Bro, to call it an S tier, I think that's insane. I can't lie. I'm telling
Oh,
you.
what do you think the big S on his chest
Over
is?
the years,
S
in a few weeks when Fantastic Four comes out, the new flavor of the month, people are going to forget about this film.
I'll see when I watch Fantastic Four on Thursday. I'm excited for that as well, to be fair. I think that's going to be a good movie.
Let's not talk about Pedro Pascal.
You know, I hate Pedro Pascal.
He's a fucking weirdo,
I
isn't
cannot stand that guy. I'm excited for the movie still.
he?
It does my head in. Let me just put this out there. I'm sick of seeing his stupid face. It's in everything.
Bro, have you seen someone put a picture today? They went to the cinema, yeah, and like 4 films had posters with Pedro Pascal in them. It's crazy, bro.
John Krasinski was right there, guys. He was
But
perfect.
again, I think the film, I get it. Okay, Superman, yeah, you should go in with. It's a very lazy thing to do, though. You're relying too much on people having knowledge of comics for this film.
Not really, though, because I watched it with my mate. He does not care about superhero movies, and he loved this movie. He gave 5 stars on Letterboxd. And this guy's never watched a Superman movie in his life. He's never consumed any superhero media other than like the 2-3 times he's come cinemas with me, right? This man does not care. He couldn't care less about Superman as a character. He's never read a comic book in his life. He's never watched Man of Steel. He's never watched any of the Superman media or any. I think it was his first DC movie he's ever watched, right? And he loved it. And he's a complete casual. He's a general audience. And he loved this movie. He thought it was amazing.
Yeah, this is just a TikTok brain movie, man. This is
I think you're just in the minority. Well, you are in the minority because everyone loves this movie, but
not everyone. People have a lot of flaws with this film as well.
there's a certain cult online.
I'm telling you,
a certain director's fandom who doesn't feel like reading.
I don't condone review bombing and hating on films.
Actually, there's 2 groups specifically. There's the Snyder cult and there's another group that we don't like.
Oh yeah. But I don't really buy into that stuff because at the end of the day, yeah, these studios are they will support that thing anyway.
I did like that message though.
It's a bit ironic, innit? They're putting
I want to give a shout out to James Gunn on that. On the fuck Israel message.
Yeah. But again, they could have built out so much. Okay, let's talk about that scene actually. You know the scene when the kid puts the flag up? That was such a missed opportunity. It should have been Superman. Would have been such a better scene if Superman showed up. I didn't like the whole, because it was such a it could have been such a powerful moment with Superman showing up. But instead you get fucking Justice Gang guy on, hey kid, I'm here to save the day. Superman couldn't make it. Do you know what I mean? It's small things like this. You could have made the film just much better. Could have improved it. Like, I look back at this film and I can't remember one iconic moment. Like with other Superman films, you can remember iconic.
You can't remember.
Even Superman Returns, that plane scene's iconic. I give it that.
So when he smashes out the glass prison thing, saves the baby, and then that fight in the pocket dimension, that wasn't iconic. The opening scene was iconic. The scene where Guy Gardner puts the middle fingers up with the Green Lantern sign out the ground.
Why is the opening scene iconic? I don't get it.
What do you mean? He's Superman in the ice with the Fortress of Solitude. How's that not iconic?
After getting beat up, our first image of Superman is him getting fucking wheezing. He's wheezing. Listen, I'm telling you guys, Man of Steel is 10 times better than this film. I can go back and watch that and just feel. I can feel something. I was moved by when I watched Man of Steel. I wasn't moved by this film at all. But then again, though, I look at it. I feel like this film was directed at kids. To be fair, that is bait.
Well, it's a superhero movie. It's supposed to be a family movie. It's not supposed to be an R-rated movie.
I didn't expect R-rated. I just wanted a better story, a better Superman film. I don't think this was a Superman film. This was like a DCU team-up film.
Yeah, but this was a Superman film for everyone. It was like, it's a movie for everyone. It's not even just for comic book fans as well. Because I watched it with my mate who couldn't care less about comic books. He's never read a comic book in his life. He's never watched any DC. It's his first DC movie he's ever watched. He's watched a couple Marvel movies, but again, he's not big on movies or comic books or things like that. He's not like us who's watched everything and knows about the character. He knows who Superman is because, like, who doesn't, obviously. But he's like, this movie, I feel like it's for anyone can enjoy it. It's not just for comic book fans. It's not for like people who.
I disagree. I think like only comic book fans will enjoy this film.
Yeah, but I mean, my friend who's a non-comic book fan enjoyed the film very much.
That's one example.
That's the only example I can give.
I feel like if you're a person that likes stories and likes films, you won't really enjoy this.
Yeah, but I like stories and I like films.
The story is weak.
I watch a lot of movies.
The story is so weak, and to me, the most important thing for me is story.
This is by far my favorite movie that's come out this year.
What? Or over Sinners and F1 and Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Nah, it's not. It's
the only movie I've rewatched.
It's not even the best superhero film this year. Genuinely, I'm genuinely telling you, Thunderbolts is a better film than this.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'm looking at all the movies I watched this year.
My biggest problem with this film is you don't really feel anything watching it. You don't look back and think, oh yeah, I'm excited for the DC. I'm not excited. I'm not really excited.
I wanted more. I watched this movie and I wanted more. I wait even after the post-credit scenes were very disappointing.
Oh yeah,
they were just two stills.
Can I just say, you had just like put the Justice Gang in a post-credit scene? Why did they did not need to be in this film? They took up too much.
Oh, the Justice Gang were great though.
No, they weren't.
They were one of the best parts of the movie. You're telling me Mr. Terrific was not sick?
He was good, but like again, he took
even that fight scene with Mr. Terrific outside the tent in the desert thing.
I didn't like the song choice.
Outside the portal.
I didn't like the song choice.
Hey?
I didn't like the song choice for that scene.
I liked it.
But
Mr. Terrific and picking song choices for fight scenes very good, by the way.
We don't need to be. This Justice Gang is like they're like D-list characters.
Yeah, but that's the point. They're supposed to be bringing in characters you unheard of.
Yeah, do that for a D-list movie, bro. This is a fucking A-list.
And with the best character. Yeah, that's the point.
I don't get what
there's not a D-list character. Respect the best Green Lantern.
It's like for me, Superman just needed help the whole film. I didn't like that. Superman should be the one that's helping others.
Yeah, because he's been weakened and he lost for the first time to a clone of himself controlled by a super genius.
I don't know.
He's been studying it for 3 years.
Second film or third film, I can give you that. But for your first film of the new universe, the new Superman, I don't know. That's not the image I want to portray of Superman.
You needed at least
So you just want a Superman who's stupidly powerful, can't lose a fight, and beats everyone.
No, I didn't say that. I've said throughout this episode, I've said, why didn't they just show us at least a montage of him winning, like being successful, and then you could have had. I said they should have done the parents reveal, halfway through the film, and that's where Superman has like an identity crisis. He's questioning himself and his purpose, and that is why he starts losing fights. I think that would have been much better and could have created a bit of conflict with the character and a bit of character development.
So not Lex Luthor building a clone of him.
No, that
Yeah,
should
he
be
has all his powers
that
and
was
his evil
stupid.
friends.
That could have been the third film. That could have been Lex working on his work. That's why I said this felt like it should have been the third film of the movie.
Yeah, but Lex has something with the power of Superman, right? With the mind of Lex. It's like, how's he going to defeat that? The only way he could defeat that was when he destroyed the camera
That's
things.
why it should have been the
He
third
finally had
film.
a chance.
That's why it should have been the third film, bro. They
You
could have
wanted
had,
to wait 3 films for them to have Superman and Lex. It's the first
no,
Superman
I
movie.
don't
You
know.
want Lex to
Lex
be the
would be
villain.
in every film. In the trilogy, Lex would be in every film, but he's just not the main villain. He's like he's doing the work, all the work, orchestrating everything.
Yeah, but if you're starting a DC universe, you want Superman and Lex to be your big pillars.
I mean, I'm not saying Lex is not in the films at all. He's in the
I think
films.
Lex could be like how Loki was in the early MCU. I think the Justice League will go against Lex and a few others eventually.
I feel like there's things in this film that they could have taken and done a much better job. I feel like it was rushed. I don't think that's harsh to say. I
feel like they've cut things out of the movie and it should have been longer.
Yeah, I think the original cut was 2.5 hours, which should have. I don't know why they cut out 20 minutes. They could have really used it to flesh out some scenes and give us some like character development. But there's positives from the film. Like I think David Cornsett's good. I think if he gets a better story, he will cook. Like him and Lois Lane, that stuff was good as well. We need more of that. They had great chemistry. To me, I don't mind James Gunn running the DCU, but I think with Superman, I think he should give the keys to someone else. He shouldn't be writing or directing Superman. He can do maybe a team up film. Yeah, Justice League, maybe, whatever, blah, blah. But yeah, I don't think he should. Like, if they do a Superman sequel, I don't want him to be directing or writing it. But I think he is, though. I think he mentioned something about it. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm looking at the DCU slate as well. It's a bit weird, some of the films they've got. Like, some films, like, it's like, do they need a film? Like,
Yeah, but like Clayface.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, but it's so different. You don't want to see someone you've seen all the time as well.
Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, I'll judge it when I
see Aquaman movies and Flash movies and Wonder Woman and Batman and Superman. Who else?
They're your main characters, because let's be real, DCU done a terrible job with bringing in the main Justice League character, Aquaman, Flash.
I think they just introduced the big 5 Justice League characters first.
Well, they're doing a Lanterns TV show next year, so
yeah. And you need your Superman, Batman, your Wonder Woman, and then Flash, Green Lantern maybe, or Cyborg.
But yeah, I'd put this film in C tier, to be honest. I wasn't blown away by it at all.
I'd say B tier.
B is fair, I guess.
I'd stick in an S.
So then, Danny, you agree with me then? Man of Steel was a better film because you put Man of Steel in A as well.
I love Man of Steel. That's one of my favorites.
I think Man of Steel was good as well.
Yeah.
So Man of Steel.
I just don't think it's a proper representation of Superman.
Serious film. It actually has stakes. It actually has a story. Has character development.
Oh man, if you take it just as a movie, and you ignore everything with Superman, it is a better movie than Superman.
What, Man of Steel?
Yeah. If you just ignore everything with Superman, what it's actually meant to be, if you just take it as a movie on its own, I think it's better than Superman.
I enjoy Superman a lot more than I enjoy Man of Steel. I enjoy Man of Steel. It's a good movie, but I enjoyed this.
I feel like every character, every like side character in Man of Steel, was just 100 times better. Like the Kents, Jor-El was better. Lois, and I don't know, Lois Lane. I think this Lois Lane.
I don't think Lois is better.
Well, you didn't think Lois, but now
I thought Lois was better than Superman.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think this Lois is better, but that Lois is underrated as well. Though I don't think people give her enough credit. The villain, you know what? I'm taking General Zod. You know, I think General Zod's villain was better than the villain in this film. Even though I like Lex Luthor, I don't know if I've cut out.
Hello.
What do you say? I'm like cutting out a bit.
Oh,
You guys are cutting out a bit. Sorry. My Wi-Fi's playing up, I think.
it's Carpe here.
Oh wait. Oh wait, I can hear you, Danny. I can't hear Carpe.
Oh wait. Oh, I think he's lagged out.
How
He's
far
back.
have you moved before? Oh, he's back.
Yeah, I'm back. My laptop bugged out.
Yeah,
Can you guys hear me properly?
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Man Steel is a superior film, and I don't think that's crazy to say.
Yeah, it's not.
Going off the story wise, it's just a better film. But listen, it's not all doom and gloom for me. I think there is, like, the character's good in it. Superman was alright. It was good. The act, like, I don't think the actor's bad at all. I think there is a making in there to be a very, very good Superman. So hopefully James Gunn, like, he sees the criticisms of this film and he addresses it and improves the next one. But yeah, that was our spoiler discussion / Superman review. I'm probably gonna get cooked.
Yeah, I hope you do for this because you've had some horrible takes on this movie.
Nah, man.
Listen, we'll review a Fantastic Four and see how much more positive or negative that is compared to Superman.
He hates Pedro Pascal, so
can I just
don't
say,
get your hopes up, guys.
I genuinely think I've just got superhero fatigue. I think superheroes is just a bit. I'm just a bit tired of them.
I don't blame you for that.
Yeah. But hey, it is what it is. Yeah, before I end it, Man of Steel 100 times better than this film. For my shout out to my Zack Snyder loyalists out there. We will restore the Snyderverse. We will bring it back to Netflix or Prime. Get that trending. I'm just joking. Listen, films are never that deep, people, man. Some of the stuff that I see online is genuinely hilarious. Bro, they treat it like religion. They actually treat it like religion. It's crazy. But
yeah, there's a lot of weird Snyder cultists I see on Twitter.
But you know what? James Gunn fans, yeah, they're quite ill as well. I'm not gonna lie to you. But hey, it is what it is, isn't it? And always let me end it on this note. Always remember, being kind is punk rock.